Hello everybody, it's Speed with Gypsy Crossroads coming to you with another how-to video. Today we are going to be changing out our water pump in our RV. About a month and a half ago we had a really hard freeze where we're at. We had the heated hose on it, we had space heaters underneath the RV trying to keep everything warm. It still froze, it didn't matter, it didn't care. Thankfully we have PEX pipe on our RV so nothing burst. Sadly the water heater did go kaput. What we did go ahead and do is I did a couple of reviews, looked at a couple of reviews on different pumps online. And this pump here, it's by TDRForce. They're not sponsoring this, don't worry, I'm not getting paid to say this. This has been the best pump out there for the price. This one was about 50-60 bucks. We did go ahead and get the 4 gallons per minute over the 5 gallons per minute, only because we don't really use this unless we're boondocking. It's primarily just to, you know, flush the toilet, do some dishes, or maybe take a quick shower in the morning. When reading and doing my research on this, is that they do have a 100% money back, no hassle guarantee. Anybody that's gonna have that kind of a guarantee on their product, in my opinion, normally has a dang good product if they're willing to back it up like that. I did drain out all of the water yesterday, so the ground is relatively dry. Under the RV, it's still a little damp, but not too bad. Inside this compartment, right off of that's where our fresh water goes in. So here's our pump back in here. This is the one that finally said it was done, and it kind of looks like it was done. So we're gonna go ahead and disconnect that sucker and get it changed out. First thing I'm going to do is go ahead and empty all this stuff out. We got a lot of bike parts in here for our bicycles. This has a little plug which is not on my new pump, so what I'm going to do is just go ahead and disconnect this here, and then we're going to put it in. I'm going to need both hands, and I'm going to go ahead and put that onto the new pump with some connectors so that we have that going forward. So I'm just gonna go ahead and disconnect the other hose on the other side. We got 2 hoses, one in, one out. Gonna get a little bit of water in here, but that's why I disconnected everything. Now we're gonna go back to the back one and disconnect that one. Now luckily for me, these are all hand twist connectors, so I don't need to put any tools on them. Now, I would get maybe a pair of pliers or something on there if I had to just break them free, but then after that go right back to using my hands. We do have a little bit of water pressure in the system. I did turn off our water intake, so I'm gonna get a little bit of water in here. We've got drain holes in this compartment, so not too concerned about it. So now we've just got 4 mounting screws that are holding this in place. They're right back inside here. It's really cramped quarters in here. Sorry the view is not as perfect as we'd like it to be, but right now I'm just taking the 4 mounting screws that are holding the pump in place off. Tried to get the screw gun in here, but not gonna happen. Just can't get the right angle. Now she's free. Here's our old pump. It's 2.8 gallons per minute. So this is a definite upgrade. 2.8 to 4.0. Here's our nice beautiful new pump. Right here. And here's our extra parts here in this little baggie that comes with it. They even give you Teflon tape, which is kind of a nice deal because that's the one thing you always forget about and have to run to the hardware store for. They've got all the different connectors you can use. So depending upon how you're going to be installing this, if you're going to just connect it directly to the pipe, you know, if you're going to cut the hose and then crimp it on, you could do that and then just thread these onto the ends. We're just going directly onto the hose, so no need for these. You got arrows right down here showing the direction of the water travel. So you want to take off this side where it's going in. I'm going to remove this plug and the cap, because on this side we're going to be putting the filter. The filter is going to be going in before it gets into the pump. Get a little Teflon tape action right there. Teflon tape is going to make sure that it doesn't leak if you're not already familiar with plumbing. So now we're going to go ahead and just thread this on. And this is all plastic housing, so you don't want to over tighten anything. You just want to make sure it's nice and snug. And what we're going to try and do is get it to where it's similar to where this one is, facing straight down, if we got enough thread room. Looks like we do. Perfect. That's nice and snug right there. We're going to leave it at that. Once we do get the whole unit hooked up, then we're going to go ahead and go back and tighten it up if we need to. But for next thing I want to do is I want to grab this piece off of here and I'm going to attach it onto here. So I've got these connectors here, had left over from the AC. These are kind of like these little these little nut connectors. These ones you just screw on place. A lot of times you'll have these on like ceiling fans and things like that. This is like a more improved version of that. This is going to take it, you're going to put it inside. Instead of twisting it on, which I still do twist them to kind of make sure all the wires go in the right direction, you just take your wire tool, your cutting tool here, and you crimp it on. So that's going to hold everything, these wires in place. That's what I like to use for anything, especially whenever we're traveling. I really don't want it coming undone while we're driving down the road. So I'm going to go ahead and give myself plenty of wire. This isn't something I think I'll have to change out ever again, but let's go ahead and put plenty of wire on it so that in the future if somebody else comes along with this RV, if we end up getting rid of it, selling it, they've got plenty of wire to work with and can do the same thing. Twist that on there nice and good. This bad boy on, make sure it's seated all the way down. And we'll grip it on in place. Once I do that, I always tug it a little bit, make sure that they both stayed in there. All good. Repeat the process here. Okay. Co-pilot bringing me a beverage. We're all set with this. I'm going to go ahead and remove this plug over here. Then we're going to go ahead and attach it inside the RV. So we're good on this. Actually, you know what? I'm going to leave this in place for now. Let's leave that in place. And just to be on the safe side, let's cap this side too. We'll go ahead and use these caps, reuse it there. So I've got one on this side where the filter's at, one on this side while I put it in. Just kind of keep the debris from getting any potential for debris getting inside. Let's go ahead and get these bad boys mounted in place and we should be good to go. Yeah, it looks like a huge mess under here, but this right here, this is our for our water filter that's over here. So somebody reconnected these two together and just bypassed the filter altogether. Since it's coming out of our freshwater tank, I'm not necessarily too stressed about not having fresh water there. I'm kind of okay with it. Or the filter on there, because it's relatively fresh water and we're just using it for the basic necessities. We're not drinking it. Now when you're mounting your motor back inside your RV, you want to make sure that you're putting it the same direction the old one was, which is your motor part on the bottom and all the plastic fittings on top. Now doing Teflon tape beforehand probably would have been a lot easier, but I actually did not do that because I opted for putting the caps back on to make sure no dust got in. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put a little bit of Teflon tape around it. Make sure we're covering the threads only. I mean, to go beyond the threads down towards the pump isn't gonna hurt it, but you don't want to block any obstruction going into the pump. So just make sure that's all nice and tidy. And then we're gonna go ahead and finger tighten this on. Make sure it's nice and secure. That's good. Take that other cap off. Nice little strip of Teflon. Again, everybody's looking at me going, Speed, there's better ways. Yes, I know. I know, should have done it before I put it on, but I really just didn't want to get any debris inside there. It's kind of a breezy day. All right, that's done. Now for our in. Nice and finger tight. Reattach our wiring harness. All right, we did the quick check right there. Pump came on. So we're gonna go ahead and refill up our system a little bit. Gonna add a little bit of water into our fresh tank and try it all out. Make sure everything's working properly. While that's filling up, we're gonna go ahead and do a little bit of housekeeping. We get a lot of people asking us, hey, Speed, Danette, how can we support your channel? Do you have a patron page we could donate? And yes, we do have a patron page. It's all set up. We just don't have it live yet. The best way you guys could support us right now, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already subscribed. Let all your friends and family know about us. So have them subscribe to our channel. Watch each and every one of our videos from start to finish. You've liked it, you subscribed, and you've left a comment below. Do those things for us. That's the best way you could support us right now. Let's go back and check it out. There you go. The water is flowing. Project complete. So that's it. We got it all done. You could expect to take about maybe 25 to 30 minutes to get this project done. It's really not that difficult. Pretty easy to do. As you can see, all the calves came by to support me in my endeavor. They can't subscribe to the channel, but you know what? You can. So thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.